trusted news source, ABC6 News at noon.
Good afternoon to you, Southern New England. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Tiffany Murphy. We are starting live with what is on everyone's mind at this hour. We are talking about the weather, and here to join us is meteorologist Bill Guile as we take a beautiful look over sunny Providence. While it is sunny, that is Mother Nature's little way to say, it's not all bad. But it's going to be even colder soon, right?
That's right. Yeah, it's deceiving for sure. Just looking out the window, it looks pretty nice. But step outside, and that's a whole different ballgame, folks. We do have wind chill warnings now. They're in effect. They'll stay up all the way until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, meaning we're going to be dealing with some winds gusting between 30, 40, and even 45 miles per hour as we go through the course of the overnight tonight, and wind chill factors feeling as cold as 30 to 40 degrees below zero. So that means frostbite can set in and as fast as 15 minutes on exposed skin. So if you have to be out at all, especially this evening, make sure you're dressed in layers, got a hat, gloves on, and yeah, just limit your exposure to the outdoors. Sky is clear across the region. We had a front sweep through the region early this morning, just a few snow flurries around. That was it. The frigid air is now coming in. We had one stage of Arctic air move in just a few hours ago, and we're going to step it down again as we go through the evening hours. But look at these wind gusts now. We're already getting some gusts in Providence to 43 miles per hour. So what does it look like when you combine the air temperature with the winds and give you a wind chill? Well, yeah, we're going down into the single digits right now in terms of how cold it feels. If you're heading out to dinner this evening, it's going to feel like it's in the single digits below zero and heading into the teens and 20s and even colder still through the rest of the overnight hours because of that wind just not letting up, and the lows are going to be perhaps setting some records in Providence, going down to about 6 degrees below zero, and the wind chills at that time will be running between 30 and 40 below. So here's a look at the forecast for the weekend. Ineffective sunshine for tomorrow, but look at this on Sunday. Getting back to the 40s. Your full forecast details just ahead.
There you go. Thanks, Bill. So as those temperatures continue to drop, more Southern New Englanders are having car problems, and they're calling for help getting a jump start. ABC6 News reporter Yanni Tregellis got a ride along with a AAA battery technician this morning on what they consider their Super Bowl.
Well, these Arctic cold temperatures this weekend are keeping a lot of people inside, but for the few who did brave the elements and try to go out, they were met with another problem. Their car wouldn't start, and that's where AAA comes in, as they have an all-hands-on-deck crew this weekend to respond to some calls in these freezing cold temperatures, and we actually hopped in the truck with the crew to respond to some calls. Take a look.
So I just woke up and the car wasn't starting.
That's the reality for many this weekend, with wind chills making temperatures feel below zero.
All hands on deck. We're going to be out there trying to get people to work and people home.
And during this Arctic blast, we tagged along with AAA battery technician Jacob Viveros to get a first-hand look as he responds to an influx of calls for dead batteries due to the cold, or as he calls it, their Super Bowl.
The first thing we want to do is get the vehicle, is we want to pop the hood, and we want to make sure that nothing is on inside the vehicle.
First, Jacob speaks with the caller and tries to determine if the battery died because of the cold, age, or any other reasons.
The batteries by any chance in a couple of years? Or is
I gotta check because I just bought the car recently.
And after a few failed attempts at starting the customer's car, Jacob determined the likely cause: she didn't have enough gas, and the cold weather stopped the car from starting.
You never know what you're going to need when you get there.
And after putting some gas in and another test of the battery, as we drove around with Jacob for a few hours, he explained the importance to turn your car on in this frigid weather, even if you aren't going anywhere, to get the car moving and the oil flowing, to avoid the battery dying when you try to turn it on at a later time.
The best way we can take care of their car is we want to check that battery. We want to see that battery's physically in good shape. We want to run a diagnostic test on it, clean off any corrosion we see.
From a freezing cold Providence, Yanni Tregellis, ABC6 News.
ABC6 News reporter Natalie Norrie continuing our team coverage of this deep freeze right now. The city of Cranston calling this an emergency situation. And because of that, we spoke with the mayor's office today to see how they're responding. The chief of staff tells us they're opening their senior center overnight for folks to stay in. The facility can hold at least 100 there, and the city is also offering transportation for folks by shuttle or the police or fire department. They're welcoming anyone who needs the help tonight, but They are reminding folks that this is only a temporary warming center.
And Cranston does not have, is not able to accommodate shelter facilities. And so, but in the emergency services, emergency situation we're in now as a warming center, that's how we're responding.
For a complete list of warming center locations and cancellations because of the cold, log on to our website. That's ABC6.com. That bitter cold could be deadly if you're not careful. Emergency physician Dr. Joseph Loro says if you do decide to go out during these temperatures, at the bare minimum, bundle up. Young children and the elderly, along with anyone with a health condition, should only go outside if it's an emergency. Frostbite really the big worry right now, along with hypothermia.
Areas of exposed skin, the nose, the ears, fingers, toes, your face, you can experience frostbite very quickly. And skin pallor, loss of sensation would be one of the earliest indicators that your skin is suffering from frostbite. Two most common ways that we lose heat is from cold air passing over exposed skin and from contact with a hard surface such as concrete or metal.
And what about our furry friends? Rob Halpin of the MSPCA says your outdoor cat, well, shouldn't really be outside during this time. And if your dog does need to go outside, stay as close to home as possible. If your dog shows any signs of getting too cold, you want to be able to get home and get them warm as quickly as possible. And you want to make sure to take care of your house during these cold weather conditions. The best ways to safeguard your home? Well, we spoke with Carjon Heating and Cooling, who gave us some tips for you. First, you want to ensure your heating system is running properly and it heats the entire house. When you don't, you could be looking at frozen pipes, and that's really costly. Speaking of frozen pipes, you may want to have a constant drip in your pipe so you can avoid any bursts. Even if you are not occupying any certain part of your home, you want to make sure that heat is going to that area as well. The heating company says they are busy making sure that everyone has a working heater at this time. They also remind folks to make sure your fire alarms and carbon monoxide detectors are in working order. Meantime, a warning for travelers on this frigid day, a cold impact your travel plans. Welcome back to the news at noon. China's foreign ministry expressing regret in a new statement, claiming the balloon that is in the U.S. right now, that the U.S. thinks is surveilling the Midwest, is actually a weather balloon. Here's ABC's M. Wynn.
China now taking ownership of the high-altitude balloon flying over sensitive northern U.S. airspace, referring to it as a civilian airship used for research, mainly meteorological purposes. Beijing saying it deviated far from its planned course because of winds, but U.S. officials tell ABC News the balloon appears to have steering capabilities. Images captured over Montana's skies show the balloon the U.S. suspects is conducting surveillance with a payload that's roughly the size of 3 buses. Officials saying it's far above commercial airspace and poses no present military or physical threat to the people on the ground.
Balloon, it seems so brazen and just so insane to me.
A U.S. official confirming the balloon has gone over and will proceed over nuclear and missile facilities. Experts, though, saying Chinese satellites would be able to collect anything this balloon could, if not better. The balloon setting off a scramble at the White House as officials look at options to bringing the balloon down. President Biden was briefed on the situation, agreeing with recommendations by military leaders against shooting down the balloon due to the risks that may pose against U.S. civilians.
If the missile misses, or even if the missile hits the balloon, it could send hot shrapnel down on civilian areas.
On Capitol Hill, growing political pressure on Biden from Republicans. Montana Representative Ryan Zinke tweeting, "Shoot it down." Officials tell ABC this isn't the first instance China has done something like this, although it is unusual how the balloon is flying over the continental U.S. and able to linger over an area. Meanwhile, Secretary of State Antony Blinken announced he's delaying his planned trip to China. A U.S. official saying they didn't want this balloon activity to dominate the meeting. M1, ABC News, Washington.
Still to come on ABC6 News at noon as the temperatures keep dropping. We are checking in with our weather department. What's next for southern New Englanders?
And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Bill Guile.
Good afternoon, everyone. Boy, we are settling in on some cold temperatures, but looking at the almanac page, you may notice the average high temperature is now higher than it was the past couple of days. We're now starting that rise as we go through the second half of winter now. However, the temperature outside, it just keeps getting colder. And the record low for the state is 3 degrees below zero, set back in 1955. We might tie that just before midnight tonight as our temperatures continue to tumble. And then it looks like tomorrow we may set a new record. In fact, I'm pretty certain we will. The record was 2 degrees below zero, set all the way back in 1918. Currently forecasting 6 degrees below zero, and that's not factoring in the wind. Speaking of which, look at these wind gusts right now. Much of the region gusting between 40 and 45 miles per hour. and you combine that with the air temperatures, and it's just creating wind chills that are already feeling like they're below zero now at the present time, and the entire region is going to be experiencing this as we move through the afternoon. But here are the air temperatures. They continue to tumble. We're at 19 right now in Providence, Smithfield at 17 degrees. If you're out on the Cape, you still got some 20-degree readings, but Springfield and Worcester are both down to 14 degrees, and there's still more cold air to come down out of Canada. So it's going to be with us for the next 24 hours, 36 hours, and then things will start to retreat, and we'll get back to some, well, milder temperatures actually to finish out the weekend. So the cold front went slicing across the region this morning, and now the Arctic air is moving in with those gusty winds, and things are just brutal outside. So if you're out and about, you have got to dress in layers. Although the sky will stay mainly clear, just a few high clouds around at times. Overnight tonight, there could be some ocean effect snow showers going on in the outer Cape. Could even be an inch or two accumulations anywhere from Provincetown down to Orleans and Wellfleet perhaps. But otherwise, high pressure is going to be working towards the south coast. So as we go through the day tomorrow morning, it'll still be windy in the morning, but those winds will be easing during the course of the afternoon. The high moves away as we go into Sunday, and that gets the wind direction going more southwesterly, and that pushes the milder temperatures back in our direction. So let's take a close inspection, see what this all means for us as we go through time today. Watch our temperatures. They're going to be dropping still down through the teens, single digits by this evening. If you have dinner plans, be prepared for wind chills that are going to be into the teens below zero, but the air temperature just keeps falling all night long, bottoming out around 5-6 degrees about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And then they'll start to recover during the course of the afternoon with some high clouds returning and the winds finally dying down. So here's the way the wind chill will make effectively feel outside on exposed skins. This is why we say you have to dress in layers. As we go into the evening hours, it's going to feel as cold as 15 to 20 degrees below zero, and then heading towards the midnight hour, 30 to 40 degrees below zero, and that lasts all the way until about 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. And then as those winds ease, you'll see these wind chills start to come back up a bit. So that's the way things are breaking down, but make sure you've got plenty of oil in your tank. If you need to do any fills, well, call the oil company in case you need an emergency delivery, or they'll tell you how you can get some oil into your system. Make sure you check on the neighbors, seniors, make sure they've got plenty of heat, they're doing okay, and your car batteries, yeah, you've heard plenty about that. You've got to be starting the car every once in a while to warm it up. And speaking of warming up, hey, look what happens on Sunday. Low 40s. Those temperatures recover. We're still breezy, and then we stay in the 40s all week long, maybe near 50 on Wednesday, with a threat of some rain showers Wednesday night and Thursday. That's your latest forecast. Tiffany.
There is some hope ahead for us. Thanks, Bill. Still to come on ABC6 News at noon, hundreds of thousands of dollars missing and 2 people dead. Fireworks from the Alex Murdaugh trial on the other side of the break. To South Carolina and the latest on the Murdaugh trial. Prosecutors focusing on his financial troubles as a motive for the murder of his wife and son. Here's ABC's Eva Pilgrim.
A judge will soon decide whether Alec Murdaugh's alleged financial crimes can be entered as motive in his double murder trial. The state wants to show the jury evidence they say proves Murdaugh murdered his wife and son to create a distraction, gain sympathy, and keep his financial crimes from coming to light.
They need to understand really what this man was hiding, and the pressures of that are important for the jury to understand why this man might do that.
And how murdering Maggie Murdaugh and murdering Paul Murdaugh eased his financial stress. It didn't.
To an empty jury box, the CFO for his law firm testified that she confronted Murdaugh the day of the double murders about $792,000 of missing fees.
I told him that I had reason to believe that he had received the funds himself and that I needed proof that he had not.
Alec's best friend, Chris Wilson, telling the court he was shocked to learn Murdaugh had been stealing.
Get a call from Rico asking about those fees and saying that Alec had been stealing money, right?
Yes, sir.
That hit you like Thunderbolt?
It knocked me down.
Murdaugh is accused of stealing at least $8.5 million from clients, family, friends, and his own law firm. But whether the jury can even hear any of that testimony, up for debate, as the judge is still deciding.
The judge says that he's inclined to allow evidence of the past financial crimes, but it has to be tied to this case, meaning typically you are not allowed to introduce bad facts evidence. For example, just because someone's a thief doesn't make them a murderer.
And we don't expect a decision on this today. There is, though, another hearing on this issue scheduled for Monday. I'm Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
Still to come on ABC6 News at noon. What do you do when you're an art teacher with a whole lot of snow in your front yard and a snow day? The creation's turning heads in the Midwest. Plus, Bill has another look at our forecast this afternoon leading into the weekend. Can you tell Bill that we have, him to do like a full 2 minutes almost, minute and a half? Cue the Jaws music, will you? Just when you thought it was safe to walk near your neighbor's front yard. Da-dum, da-dum. Frosty the Snowman, hold your hat. Jennifer Ramirez in Madison Heights, Michigan has made jaw-dropping snow sculptures right outside of her house. Do you see what I did there, Bill? Little dad joke action. These sculptures are garnering a whole lot of attention on social media and in her neighborhood too. Jennifer says these sharks took her about 3 days to complete. Look at the detail on that.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Icicles with teeth. Wow.
I love it.
Yeah.
No snow and no sharks here, though. Just really freezing temperature.
Oh, yes. It is going to be brutally cold outside, dangerous cold, in fact. Let's run through how these temperatures and the wind chills are going to play out as we go through the next 24 to 36 hours again. If you're heading out this evening, you have any dinner plans? You usually do dinner and a movie on Friday nights? Boy, you better be ready for this. You're going to have to dress very warm. We're going to be in the single digits by this evening during the dinner hour, and it's only going to continue to get colder as we go through the overnight. We'll be dropping down to the single digits below zero. This is not even factoring in the winds, and this is region-wide. And if you're out on the outer Cape, you're going to have some ocean effect snow showers with this Arctic air mass coming in off the ocean waters there. So there's a potential for an inch or two of snow on the outer Cape by tomorrow morning. All right, then as we go through the course of the day tomorrow, it's kind of ineffective sunshine, but at least the wind is dying down. High temperatures about 17 degrees in the city of Providence. Now let's look at the wind that we're going to be dealing with. As we go through this afternoon, the wind chill is just going to continue to make it feel colder and colder and colder. 15 to 21 degrees below zero by dinner time this evening. 30 to 40 degrees below zero in terms of the wind chill, how cold it feels on exposed skin by 11 o'clock tonight when we're hitting the newscast at that point in time. And by daybreak tomorrow morning, still in that same range, but then finally as those winds ease up midday and into the afternoon, it will start to feel a little better in that regard, despite the fact it's still quite cold. And then the extended forecast for Sunday. What a turnaround. We're back into the low 40s for highs. Mixture of sun and clouds, still breezy, and it stays in the 40s all week, and a threat of rain showers for Wednesday night and Thursday with temperatures up near 50.
A turnaround indeed. Thanks so much for joining us all week long. We hope you have a warm weekend. Stay warm, friends. We'll be back for ABC6 News at 4.